Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 news video. In this video I'll show you all the vehicles and machine of the upcoming Plains and Prairies pack. And you can see all those machines at the Buy Now page. And here they are, very small, and you have to click at every item to get more information. And therefore I put it all together in a slideshow, and we switch to this in a second. But that is the source of what I'm showing to you. And I guess in the upcoming weeks we will have the fact sheets as well. There it is more fancy and such, but here they are all together in one video. So those this is the first slide of my slideshow. Yeah, we start with the small versatile tractor, the Nemesis. And it's not really a small tractor, but a medium tractor. The horsepower is 195 up to 272. It's a nice medium-sized tractor, and the speed is 50 kilometers per hour. And here we have a bigger one. This is rather beefy. It's the FWD, a large tractor with 300 up to 400 horsepower, and the speed is slower, only 40 kilometers per hour. But that's quite normal that the bigger tractors are slower than the medium-sized tractors. And here is the first of two Ford vehicles, or Ford tractors. It's not a modern one, but it's a rather old one, rather vintage. It's the 976 Versatile, and here you see there is the Versatile, and we get the same one in Versatile branding. It's a large tractor with 365 horsepower and 20 kilometers per hour, so it's rather small. It's really huge. It's branded with Ford, but the same model as the Versatile 976. And this one has also 365 horsepower and 20 kilometers per hour, and different colors. And here we have another Ford tractor, also an old one. It's 1156 Versatile, and with 470 horsepower and 20 kilometers per hour. And the same model branded with Versatile, 1156, 470 horsepower, 20 kilometers per hour. And here is the really beefy one, the 1080 Big Roy from Versatile with 600 horsepower and 20 kilometers per hour. And this also is a rather old tractor. It's from the 70s as far as I know. So last century, last millennial. And I heard that Versatile wanted to compete with other tractor companies and make a really big tractor, and that's it. And this here is a modern tractor, a Delta Track, and it has 583 up to 665 horsepower. And speed is 35 kilometers per hour. So this seems much smaller than the old huge one, but it has more horsepower if you configure it like that. And that is because it's more modern. Yeah, and here we have something completely different, a truck from International, the LT series. And the power is 370 up to 515 horsepower, and the speed is 90 kilometers per hour. And I really like the look of it. And this is a front loader for the Nemesis versatile tractor. It's the model V7, and you need 140 horsepower to work with this. And this looks rather small and simple, but I guess it's huge. If you have a look at the wheels, the tracks there down there, that show how big all the whole thing is. And it's an auger wagon from Brand, the model 2500 DXT, and the required power is 500 horsepower. So you will need a really, really strong tractor to work with it. And the capacity is 88,000 liters. This is massive. And here we have the live bottom rear lift from Trout River. It's a semi-trailer, but not just a normal semi-trailer. It lifts at the rear, and then against gravity it pushes out things. It is like conveyor belt or so. And the capacity is 36,400 liters. And here we have a disc harrow from Salford, Independent Series 1260. You need 600 horsepower to work with this. 600, this is really, really a lot. And the working width is 18 meter. And you can hardly tell how it looks in the end. I guess it will unfold 2 or 3 times. And here we have a cedar from Wederstad. It's the Seahawk 84. You need 550 horsepower, which is still a lot. And the working width is 25.6 meter. And first I thought, okay, it looks like something like a cultivator. Where is the cedar? And if you look closer, you can see the white pipes that work as a cedar, but I don't see a tank where you can put all your seeds and such. And we will see the tank later, because you need an additional machine for this to work at all. Yeah, but that's not this, because this is a planter, and this has a tank in itself. It's also from Wederstad, Tempo K24, and the required power is 365, so still a lot, but not as much as the other one. The working width is 18 meters, and the capacity is 1100 liters. And I guess the capacity will be for seeds and fertilizer, but that's just my guess. And why do I guess this? Because usually the capacity for a planter, the seeds for the planter, is not so big, because they put the seeds, a single seed at a time into the ground. Therefore they don't need as many seeds usually, and this capacity is rather big, and therefore I think they have additional fertilizer. And here we have the seed tank for the other sowing machine from Wederstad, the PD1000, and the capacity is 35,315 liters. This is massive. And because it's really massive, I think there is fertilizer integrated too. But yeah, again, I don't know. I only think this. Maybe we just go back 2 steps. Keep this in mind. And that fits to this machine, as far as I know. So, and here, oh, we have a very, very fancy machine. This is a self-propelled sprayer and also a fertilizer spreader. That we get a fertilizer spreader can't be seen here, but we saw it in the first images that we got for this pack. We had this Fendt Rogator 900 as a fertilizer spreader, and now we see it as a spreader, and therefore I think we get this Fendt Rogator 900, and you can configure between sprayer and fertilizer spreader. And yeah, it's a funny machine, I think, because usually those self-propelled sprayers, they look really different from a tractor. But this looks like a tractor that is set on top of a sprayer, and I find it really, really funny, this machine. But other than that, it looks like a self-propelled sprayer with those narrow wheels and the backside. And yeah, it's just the front that looks like a Fendt tractor. And when we had the image from the announcement, I think the wheels haven't been so narrow for this fertilizer spreader. So I guess we can choose different types of wheels as well. Yeah, and the power is 315 up to 365 horsepower, and the working width is 27 up to 40 meters. And maybe this working width depends on whether you have it as a fertilizer spreader. And I mean fertilizer spreader for not for liquid fertilizer, but for the massive one, the solid one. And yeah, and the other working width might be for the sprayer. And with the sprayer you can also use liquid fertilizer, obviously, always, and not only herbicide. And what I ask myself is whether we get the options for this Weed Seeker 2 and pulse width modulation and all this precision farming stuff in this as well. I guess yes, because it would be silly from Giants to bring out such machines without the options for precision farming. So I'm rather sure that we will get this. Oh yeah, by the way, the capacity is 4,165 up to 4,921 liters. I think that's not so big, but yeah, anyhow, the machine is kind of cool. I think I will like it, because in a way I think it's funny. It looks like a hybrid between a tractor and a self-propelled sprayer. Yeah, and here we have normal big fertilizer spreader by Salford. It's the 9620 Air Boom applicator, and you need 360 horsepower from the tractor to work with it. The working width is just 22 meters, so this is not too big, but the capacity is 18,700 liters. So yeah, in a way it can hardly compete with the Amazon, but the capacity is bigger. So from working width, because the Amazon fertilizer spreader has 42 meters, and I like this big working width, and therefore when I see 22 meters, it's not so big. But I guess it works completely different, more like the Bradal maybe. And what we don't know yet is whether this will be able to spread lime as well. That would be an advantage. And now we have those slurry tanks. And this is from the manufacturer GEA. And this is the model EL48 60 4800. And the required power is 220 horsepower. The working width is 16 meters and the capacity 21,800 liters. So it is big, but not too big. And here we have the bigger brother, more axles, more wheels, more capacity. It's the model EL48 HD 79,100, and the required power is 350 horsepower. The working width is 16 meters and the capacity 35,900 liters. And those are both slurry tankers where you can spread the slurry onto the field. And this here is only a transporter for slurry. So you can't use it on the field. It's just to bring the slurry from your pig barn or cow barn to the field where you have this one, for example, and then you can use this to fill it up. That's how I understand it. From the same manufacturer is the STR 447, and the capacity is 39,800 liters, and that makes it the biggest slurry transporter that we have in the game so far. Yeah, and it looks really, really big, I would say. Okay, those are all the machines from the upcoming Plains and Prairies pack, suitable for big fields. And yeah, if you want to order it and you are a PC player and you don't own the season pass yet, because if you own the season pass, you own this already. It will be delivered on 3rd of June to you. But if you don't have the season pass yet and you want to order it, I would be happy if you order it with my partner link, and it's down in the description below. My partner code is Tana. Yeah, and console players can order it in advance, as far as I know, as part of the season pass. But usually the DLCs itself can't be pre-ordered in the where you get your games from on your console, but the DLC itself can only be bought at the release date. But as I don't own a console myself, this is only second-hand information. Okay, that's it about this Machines of the Plains and Prairie pack video. Thank you for your support as a Ruby channel member. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!